I'm working on the last chapter of my book, Golden Dusk at Makena. It's part of the Maui Desire Series, a Maui travel romance based in what is now rated as the most romantic location in the world, even ahead of Paris now. And I'm finishing up book 2 right now in this video. However, this is the last chapter of the book, and I've got like my headset, my microphone, and all that. Spoiler alert! If you don't want to know the ending of this book, do not watch this video. Spoiler alert, flashing lights, the whole thing. If you don't want to know the ending of Golden Dusk, click away now, okay? You have been warned. Stop now. For those of you who don't care and just want to watch the process to see the final word count of the first draft of Golden Dusk at Makena, stay tuned. Let's get it done. All right, and I do dictation, so I'm recording on the iPad and just like the iOS voice notes app. Nothing exciting here. And I'll get the words from there, and we'll see what the final word count of the book is. So, all right. Golden Dusk at Makena. Epilogue. 9 months, 9 months later. As Nolan and Dana walk across Pont Neuf in Paris, hand in hand, the overcast skies and the cool breeze ripple down the Seine River as it flows past the City of Lights. They had been together for 9 months now after Dana's successful conference had finished, and Nolan got the job to film Dana's company as they received funding that was provided by Olivia. But now they were standing in Paris as Olivia's business ventures took her away. She offered Dana another opportunity to expand their business, but she had to go to Paris. And of course, she had to bring Nolan because they wanted to document it. As they walked across the famous bridge hand in hand, they stopped and looked at the Notre Dame. You know, it was pretty terrible when that beautiful cathedral burned down, Nolan said. I watched it burn on TV, and I came shortly thereafter to document the reconstruction and things that were going on. It was pretty tragic, but now back to its former beauty. Dana thought for a moment, looking at him. They walked over to the railing, and she said, "That was such a sad story, but out of the ashes, the phoenix rises." Exactly. The cool breeze pushed into their jackets, and both of them snuggled them up. Nolan stepped closer to Dana and hugged her, as trying to keep body warmth in the cool late fall day in Paris. And Nolan thought, true to the cameraman, hey, you know what? We haven't even taken a picture on here to get a photo with the Notre Dame. We've got the Eiffel Tower, but this is such a beautiful view. Dana smiled and said, oh yeah, perfect, of course. When my hair is a blown out mess, oh my gosh, you're terrible. Said, no problem. Let's get you all dolled up here. Face into the wind. He had her turn around and brush her hair until it was blowing away from them. And he looked over like, dang. He reached over and stole a kiss from her, which she didn't resist. She stood there, enjoying that kissing moment, standing on one of the most famous bridges in Paris, one of the romantic cities of Earth. He stepped back, smiled. He pulled out his phone and reached out and held it to click to take a selfie. Just then, a young man and woman walking by, the young man carrying a well-worn leather courier bag, and the woman wearing a tightly pulled red scarf, called out in accented English, "Would you like us to take your picture?" Nolan looked at the young man, clearly English, and said, "Oh, sure. Would you mind? Yeah, if you don't mind getting us the Notre Dame and everything. Please make sure you frame us so you can see that. And he said, oh, no problem. I'm a photographer. Nolan's eyes widened. Oh, really? What kind of things do you shoot? Oh, I like landscapes and a little bit of travel. So it's kind of my thing. Perfect. Thank you so much. And we'll do you afterwards? Absolutely. Dana and Nolan snugged up and held each other close as they smiled, looking at the camera. The brown-haired man stepped back, aligned, and made a few adjustments. He took several shots, both vertical and horizontal. And when he was done, Nolan said, good job, man. We never get good shots like that both ways. The man turned the phone back to Nolan. He thumbed through and showed Dana. She said, wow, for the first time, my hair is not looking like a total train wreck here, and might actually look halfway decent in Paris. Just then, the young woman standing with a man who had just taken the photo said, oh, you too. I pull it back and I bun it, and still, these flyaways. They both laughed at that, and Nolan said, hey, this is great. Do you want to swap places? She said, oh, yes, please, if you don't mind. The British man and the American woman with the American accent stood side by side, and Nolan did them the same favor. He clicked several shots and then stood back and zoomed in to compress and got good images for them. Nolan showed the phone to them, and the woman called out with glee, finally, somebody who takes photos without our head in the middle and half of a gray sky. Thank you so much. Nolan reached out and shook her hand and his, and Dana did the same and said, well, you two enjoy Paris. It's a bit of a chilly day. They nodded and smiled, then turned and continued walking on their way. They went back to standing against the railing, looking at the Notre Dame as the River Seine flowed beneath them. And Nolan pulled out his phone and said, man, that was some great photography. That guy's good. Usually people say that and you just get kind of sketchy images that are blurry. Dana looked at the photo. Man, we do look good together, don't we? Nolan paused, the breeze wisping his hair across his face, and said, you're right. That, the lovebirds in Paris, that's not such a bad image, isn't it? She said, no, we should definitely post that on the website and hit the socials. Right, but before we do that, he leaned over and stole another kiss. And she said, you just keep stealing those kisses, and trust me, I won't complain, don't worry. Perfect, he replied. Why don't we head over to the Latin Quarter and grab a bite for eats? I know a nice place, the cafe that has an inside. Dana said, perfect. Oh my gosh, I'm freezing. He pocketed his phone, and they clasped hand in hand and then covered it. He put it in, they clasped hand in hand, and each other, they put their other hand in their pocket, and they slowly walked over the Pont Neuf Bridge with the Notre Dame rising up beyond them. As not many people are out today, and as they walked along that space, they thought about what the future might hold. And Nolan said, man, I can't get enough of this with you. And Dana replied, other than my chattering teeth, I'll go anywhere with you that you want. Yes! Ugh! Book complete. Let's get the word count. Oh! So much effort, so much planning, and it all comes down to this last little clicky click. All right, that was saving to Dropbox, save to files, saving the files. Oh, wait, I gotta rename it, sorry. One moment. Golden Dusk epilogue. Okay, now I'm gonna save it. Otherwise I'll get lost and I will have no clue what this all was about. Saved files. Good. Preparing. Good. Notes. Golden Dusk at Makena. Saving. Good. Dropbox. And now the word count. I love this part. Okay. So all I do is just pull up the transcript here on iOS Notes. It's just like transcribes it. It's pretty much like Dragon, but with way less pain. And then once I get it into the software, into my Scrivener, I just start editing it. Okay. Copy. Paste. And that was 1,112 words. And the manuscript clocks in at... Oh, yes, baby. Oh, right on target. I'm going to hold you in suspense just for a moment while I do the screen capture and expand it so you can see it. Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Where is that? 80,029 words. I have never, like, my goal was 80,000 words and like 80,029 words. Now editing is going to change that a bit, but holy smokes. Golden Dusk and Makena done with drafting, onto the editing process, wrap package, and to you soon. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out my website, aaronbelsing.com, where I write these romances that are travel-based and bring them to you. I give you aspiring locations that inspire and places that you want to go, that, hey, I want to go there and experience a place through a romantic vision, and that's what I write as Aaron Belsing. I also write thrillers and nonfiction under aaronrlinsdau.com as well. Check out that, my SERA Archive series, and my Grant Colson series. But the Maui Desire Series, oof, one more book in the can, coming to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.